Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for July 13th, Tuesday, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow we will have a Time for Change call at 9 p.m. Eastern, and then Friday we will have a Reverse Aging Health call at 9 p.m. Eastern. How can, we experience a lot of negativities around this, flying all over the place, people stressed and irritable. But when this is all about, remember, all about us going within and staying within. The civilization has been on the outside, seeking outside of itself for tens of thousands of years. And it's time to go within to find the truth. So a miraculous transformation occurs when we realize that every experience is a doorway. Every experience is a doorway to the divine. And when we truly accept that, all the traumas and dramas in our past are all opportunities to experience higher levels of compassion. We move light years ahead in consciousness. And yes, our souls evolve into a higher state of consciousness. And then one day, springboard us into full enlightenment. With every traumatic experience that we've had in our lives, our souls has purposely placed it there to open our hearts and broaden our awareness. This is a divinely intelligent universe that we are living in. I'm sure some of us have noticed this. And there simply is no such thing as a wrong experience. Whatsoever happens to us in this life contains a deep eternal loving on some level. Even those painful experiences we've had in our past. Each one is there for only one purpose: to instigate another step towards a higher level of love. A broken heart is an open heart. The universe will do whatever it takes to transform our lives and spiritually awaken us in some way. Every harsh, pain-filled experience in this life contains a potentially enlightening epiphany within it. Everyone is given the exact experience their souls needs to awaken from this Maya dream world and be completely liberated from the karmic baggage they've been dragging around for lifetimes. It is all perfect just the way it is. It is good to remember that whenever we repeatedly act out of fear, or being reactive, defensive, judgmental, or resistant to love, we are missing the point of this life. Each experience in life is an opportunity to let in love and receive the healing that we need. Whatever triggers us is always a good pointer as to where we're still enslaved in an old fear-based pattern. The very moment that we notice a contracted feeling arising inside of us, choose to accept it and embrace it. Play the role of allowing and accepting what is. We will become freer faster than we could possibly imagine. It's much better than getting ensnared in playing another angry victim game. We are here to learn how fun and easy it is to love, heal ourselves, and truly be empowered in this life. Emotional suffering is always self-inflicted. Emotional suffering is always self-inflicted. When we take a long, deep look at the roots of its manifestation, all we can do is take full responsibility. When we realize that we are 100% responsible for all the painful, limiting feelings that we have about this world, ourselves and everyone in it, we are empowering ourselves with the ability to change. This total responsibility is what initiates the deepest compassion to be born inside of us. From being fully responsible, we really start spiritually growing. For example, if you are stuck in blaming another person for making you feel upset, you first need to realize that nobody can make you feel anything you don't want to feel. You always have a choice in how you wish to respond. It's always up to you how you choose to feel. It is always up to each and every one of us on how we choose to feel. Perhaps we welcome the feeling and then ignore that sensation and focus elsewhere instead. We can always choose to respond from the higher place of compassion and love, always. Only when you can understand yourself as all-pervading consciousness can you possibly understand that all the universe is an emanation of our minds. Everything that we see comes out of us. Robert Adams. It's good to be aware that every negative reaction we have is like an SOS message the ego sends out into the universe. This usually comes from a desperate attempt from our inner child to find love, empowerment, or connection. Look inside and notice right now if you're carrying an emotional burden about something from the past. It may feel like a heavy weight or an annoyance on your chest, a bit of fear, worry, anxiety. It has a physical contraction when you think about it. Just feel it. Breathe into it. And let it go. Holding on to any sort of baggage can be hard to see. That is why we have 8 billion other mirrors all around the planet. And when that certain someone comes around, like mom, dad, or sibling, who can instantly push some hidden emotional tension button with one little comment, the buried pain rises on the surface to be fully revealed and seen. These beings are the ones who will help each of us transform from being a victim of our lives to the compassionate master we truly are. The secret is having enough awareness to know how to relax into all the contracted feelings that we're still holding on to, that are simply lacking our love. And when we become emotionally responsible for our every experience in this life, then we cannot become a victim to anybody's negativity again. Whenever someone upsets you, tell yourself that you are allowing this to occur momentarily. Allow it to happen, yet be conscious of your allowing. This means that you are willing to allow your ego to bow down and let this person be your teacher in this moment. It is just this moment always. So however you can, allow the ego to surrender. This will always empower you later. And you will spiritually grow beyond your apparent limitations. Real love in this life is always beyond our wildest imagination. Every moment is another opportunity to transform pain into pleasure. We hold the driver's wheel, and we can shift gears at any time. We have the option to expand or contract in each situation. We can take on more heaviness or let in more love and let it all go. And when we can practice being aware that we are the ones and the only ones who are crossing and choosing to let things go or take them on. We are taking our destiny back. And when we can let people's defeating words glide off our chests like hot butter, it becomes the first step to mastering our minds, hearts, souls, and finding true inner peace within. Take time, all this week, make time every day, 10 to 20 minutes, to rest and breathe deeply into your core being until you discover that space where you are safe from all negativity. Relax totally until you find that place where nothing of this world can touch you ever. There is a place of deep peace, compassion, and freedom inside each and every single one of us. Here, we can liberate our lives from all suffering. This is an amazing habit to create, and it can stop the mind and its addiction to drama and its karmic impulses. Do this simple exercise over 21 days, and you'll be able to see, smell, and feel the divine truth of who and what you are. You will peer through the illusion of separateness and realize we are all one. This is where the inner battle ends and loving divine awareness begins. We then take center stage in our lives and are liberated from playing that suffering game ever, 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 ever again. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, relax these bodies that we're in, head to toe, inside and out. Like we were talking this meditation and the guided. Find out what it is that you drag with you in your past, in this life, and all lives, and then let it go. You meet it, and you embrace it. You don't run from it. You don't ignore it. You meet it. You embrace it, and then you let go of it permanently. This is how the body relaxes. The body's not going to relax with alternative synthetic applications, external. It's going to relax because you're the God within it, and you know what it's holding. Stress, tension, anxiety, fears, worries, anxieties, hurriedness, envy, greed, hate, anger. I mean, a little bit of everything. Not really, in most cases, a lot of everything, but a little bit of everything. So when you let that go, the body just goes into a total state of silence. There's just no thinking. There's no head. There's no ego. There's no subconscious. You step out of those. And you know when the body's relaxed, when you don't care to move. You're almost in a stasis. You're almost frozen. And you're just being, that's all. And when this happens, you have moved into the now. Because the only thing that any of us will ever have in this life is the now. We do not have the past. It is gone. It is dead. We do not have the future. We create the future in the now. And why is that reason? Do we plan 10 years in advance, 5 years in advance, 3, 4 years in advance? How do we know we'll even be here 10 seconds from now? We do not. So we stay in the now. That's our power. It is the space between heartbeats, moment to moment. Whatever it is you're doing, moment to moment, step by step. That's the now. Some of us reminisce. We have memories. Memories are great. We have those memories, and we carry them with us, and we visit them on occasion. We visit some of the bad memories, maybe because we need to reflect to find out, am I still carrying that? Am I still dragging that through my life? And that's why we visit those memories, which come from the past. But we don't sit in the past. We don't relive the past. The past is like an elephant graveyard. It is deader than a doornail. There's just dankness and stillness and no movement of anything. Unfortunately, some of us will go into that past and we stay there. Now, are we consciously aware of this? Not really. So we stay there so long that we drag it into a future that doesn't exist. We create that future from that past, and we relive that past and that future. And you might find yourself doing it through this life. And that's why you'll say, boy, this really seems familiar. You know why? Because you did it in the past that used to be the now, but is gone. And that's why so many people will say to themselves that they always will say, we always end up in the same place no matter what we do. Some of us go into the future that doesn't exist because we create the future in the now. None of these are bad. It's just things that we aren't aware of that we just inadvertently do. And it really doesn't serve us the greater good at all. So the future is basically, we wander into a future that's not there, and then we keep asking ourselves, and we don't know that we're the ones that through the universe will bring these things to us, but we don't know that, so we keep seeking outside of ourselves. And when am I going to have this? And how come this isn't happening? And why isn't this happening? Why aren't we having this? Why am I not meeting this person? Why didn't I get this? I should have gotten that. I didn't get it. Why didn't that happen for me? And all these things. Are any of us exempt from that? No, not really. Key is do we learn from? And the now is it's in that center path. It's always there. But it seems like the now is always something that people, it's too, it's in it now. It's boring. I can't focus on whatever I'm doing, picking my nose or, taking a shower. What am I going to, can I focus on that? I'm interested in the future or the past. Well, how do we stay in the now? Because we have tens of millions of these programs, which are thoughts. You call them programs, that's what they are. And they're floating by in all these clouds in the sky. It's kind of like, there goes one, there, and you can grab onto it and you float off. We've all done that numerous times where we're focused on something, next thing you know, we're off into something else, thinking something else, following something else. But and it's always being gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself 24/7. Do you find yourself floating off, going off into, grabbing onto one of those clouds, those programmed thoughts? You focus on your breath. And your breath is divine positive energy. Soul comes into the body. Body powers up. Soul provides the power to the body. Lungs start functioning, everything comes online. And then the breath is created to sustain the vessel to keep the soul within it. So it's divine positive energy. It empowers us, strengthens us, focuses us, eases us, relaxes us, centers us. So every time that you focus, you say, I'm wandering off, not a biggie. I'll focus on my breath. Divine positive energy. Every time you do that, without fail, 3,000% of the time you're in the now. And after a while, after you continually practice this, sometimes maybe 100, 200 times a day, it'll become automatic. It'll kick in automatically. When you start wandering off, you'll automatically say, okay, I'm wandering off. Focus on my breath. And you know how much healthier the body is when you do that? Amazing. It's amazing. Because we all should focus on our breath all the time. And maybe, just maybe, we will eventually. So we focus on our breath, the body's relaxed. You're not the body, remember. You're the God within the body. You're not the body. And you stilled the ego mind and the subconscious mind. So they're not, they're not cantankerous and irritated and everything, worried and fearful. They're just kind of sitting on the couch, snoozing. In the body, you see these wheels of light. We all do. You see them. I see them differently, but we all see them when we go within. And these wheels of light, they're all different colors. You see them as a ball of light, wheel of light, energy vortex, chakra. And they all have different connections in these bodies. And you and the divine positive energy breath flows through them. You're the God, you flow through them. Now when you see the red wheel of light, the root chakra, it sits on the tip of the tailbone. Now these aren't like they're not like bricks that you can pick up and lift and move. They're spiritual planes, so you can pass through them. You would pass through them if you just had your hand and just wanted to touch it, pick it up, you'd pass through it. With you, the God, is spiritual. It's pure consciousness. So it flows through these. And the root chakra deals with our survival, which is money and food and clothing and shelter and water. And it is blocked by fear. So remember, you, the God, flow through every part of that body that you're in. All the organs, all the muscles, all the tissues, everything. Emotions. So if we were a group of people and we were somewhere stranded, we would rely on each other, parts of ourselves. We would come together. But then there would be some who would panic, fear. And in most case studies, most situations, they're the ones that perish. Fear, remember, is a programmed thought. It's an illusion at first, and then we make it something. We move that energy into form, we create it into reality, and then we experience that fear. See, then we move to the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra, and this deals with pleasure, sexuality, fun, enjoyment. We all like to have fun. Everybody's different. We do. We enjoy that. We just like to just have fun, lighthearted, not taking this life so ridiculously seriously, not taking all the things ridiculously seriously. And we all have those times, and many seek them like obsessively. And they've never been outside of us. They're always within. They always have been within. So, fun, enjoyment, and you've ever been in a situation, I'm sure you have, where you just, there's a time and everything just falls into place and it's wonderful. And you're not thinking about anything, really. It's just happening. And you're just like, it's like almost euphoric at times. And you're giddy and you're going, and you're not really addressing, you just say, this is great. This is just, and you feel a euphoric or a highness in your heart. It's a lifting feeling. It's the divine that you are. And then, of course, the ego mind comes in, that uneasy feeling, that you're undeserving, You shouldn't be having that good of a time. It's probably gonna end. I better enjoy it while I can. We all deserve the best of everything, always. So that guilt blocks our pleasure. We move to the yellow wheel of light, the sacral chakra, or the solar plexus chakra. This deals with our willpower and is blocked by shame. Shame is another programmed thought. It's nothing until we embrace it. Then it becomes something. Then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra. This is our ability to love. And when you're in grief, you're incapable of love. So grief blocks love. And then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra. It's just truth blocked by lies. It's funny, isn't it? When through our lives, if we lie or a little white lie or whatever, or exaggeration or that type of thing, it doesn't feel that good, does it? It really doesn't. Truth feels real good, doesn't it? But we find on this planet that the majority gravitate towards lies because of the fact it's easier. Easier to lie than tell the truth. Isn't that amazing? Then we move to the indigo wheel of light. This is the third eye chakra, and it deals with insight. And our insight into things, into this life, and who and what we are is blocked by illusion. Religions, and all kinds of things. Then we move to the crown chakra. This deals with our direct connection to the divine, to you, to the God, to all of us. And it is blocked by ego attachment. Now we move, as the gods we are, along with the divine positive energy, top of the head. And we can hold ourselves for a brief, condense into different form, pure liquid energy. And within three seconds, we are love, we are God, and we are all one. And then we pour that over our pineal glands. Ourselves, the God, saturates the pineal gland. Remember, we flow through this whole body. Now, the pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these physical forms. The reason it is because when it's fully functional, super healthy, vibrant, clear, and clean, it connects us to all the particles of existence, all the realms, all the planes of existence. It connects us there. This is part of our journey within, staying within, to learn this, and then to have it available to utilize it while we're in the body. You see the pineal gland however you see it in your heart, mind's motion picture. I see it as a green ball, a rosebud, and when I pour the God that I am over it, it immediately transforms into this massive, fully bloomed rose with multicolored petals and a beautiful fragrance. It's massive, wonderful, and it sends out, it kind of shimmers, and this shimmering energy saturates me, head to toe, inside and out. And it is so welcoming, so at ease, peaceful, a deep, deep, deep eternal peace, an astronomically pure, deep, eternal love, and an absolute, deep, pure, eternal gratitude. It's absolute. It fills every molecule, saturates all that I am. And then I discover I am the rose. The God is the rose is the God. It's a reminder. We have a lot of them. It's just that we're always seeking outside of ourselves, so we never notice them. It's like these bodies. Heart, mind, ego, mind. Higher self, soul, spirit. The God, the pure consciousness. All one. We do know that the soul that we are, the God, is the heaven on this earth. It's not in the sky somewhere or up there somewhere. That's the illusion. And the body is the earth. So we're heaven on this earth. You know, only us, parts of us, only those parts of us that are consciously aware to a certain extent know that every step we take on this planet, we're creating paradise. Not only that, we are shining our light, the God force, love, light, energy within these bodies, emanating out 360 degrees everywhere. Flooding, saturating, bathing everyone, everywhere. All light, the highest supreme value in the universe. All of our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or asleep. Everything. So this is a God planet paradise with 8 billion gods, some awake, some asleep, flooding their light on each other and everything. So if you were to look at this planet from afar, you would see this brilliant light, and you'd see a God planet paradise, and you'd feel it, and you will feel it. If you haven't yet, you will. We reach out to parts of ourselves that are awake, that are consciously aware. The other parts are with us, but they're asleep, so they don't hear us. They will eventually, in their own time. So like all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Yet, only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet, including all those on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya in this now. Now, they come in the Gogaplexes. One Gogaplex fills this entire universe with not even an inch of sacred space, to spare. They come in trillions of Gogaplexes from trillions of universes. Now, the ones on this planet, with the eyes that we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. These are shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations of which we've never seen. We are familiar with a smidgen of them, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether. Wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, many, many, many more. And an uncountable numbers there with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of that. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. Ones that we're somewhat familiar with: Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian, many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in the billions, they are with us now consciously. Call upon all of the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, beneath Earth, Agartha, yet only those that are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light, complete liberation of this planet. And in the billions, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, complete liberation of this planet. They come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. The archangels, cherubim, seraphim archetypes, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. Many, many, many more. Now, the archangels, they're a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. So we don't see them really like we see each other. But they're always there. And we meet them in many different ways. And they give us the same message, but it is sent in many, many, many different ways. And it all boils down to, isn't it absolutely magna glorious, spectacular, stupendous to be alive in these bodies? And that is bliss. And yes, it is. Always. Now, they can surround us in the tens of thousands at any time. All you got to do is ask. Because their vibrational frequency, they can house a large number in a small area. Now, the Ascended Masters, they have mastered ascension into physical form and out of physical form, and then they hold pure consciousness God form. We are mastering physical form. We are creating our experiences to perfect our creation. And we're all together, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance, and we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever, and it continues to intensify and continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. This light emanates from the God force, love, light, energy, housed within each and every single one of our bodies. It is so brilliant it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1,000 trillion suns to even come close to its brightness. And this is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest, deepest, purest of the purest, purest, eternal love, of which we are. And it is flooding this planet. It is transcending the frequencies and energies into the higher and higher and higher realms and existences of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. A complete, full, unmitigated liberation of this planet. From all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. All of it. A God paradise planet. We begin to ascend above the planet. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we are, irrefutably, the power of healing. Then we're met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind ourselves of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is the column of light that we all created to remind us that we are imbued from head to toe, inside and out, with a white fire armor. It emanates from the God force love light energy inside every single one of us. This is way beyond any armor that you can imagine. It cannot be penetrated, affected, manipulated. It cannot be harmed. No attachments, no demon possessions, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies can even come near, or they'll be vaporized. We are protected 24/7 throughout eternity. Yet, only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through greed, anger, fear, pain, anxiety, envy, worry, stress, fear, ego, attachment, expectations, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, we are met with two columns of light, the purple transmuting flame and the violet ray. First, the purple transmuting flame. We created this column of light to remind us all that we can bring it in, the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are totally vaporized and no more ever. The violet ray is right there. This is a column of light that we created for ourselves to remind us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can literally cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring the highest of the highest high of our vibrational harmony and the deepest of eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden